Hey, everyone. Welcome to Sweet Lines, your go-to channel for all things cute, fun, and creative. Today, we've got something extra special. We're going to be drawing the cutest little cat along with an exciting story that's sure to keep you hooked. Here on our channel, it's all about cute art, fun stories, and lots of creativity to bring some joy to your day. This content is made just for you, so hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and let us know your thoughts and ideas in the comments. We love hearing from you. Sweet Line Story, Lila and the Golden Yarn Chronicles. A Kitten in a Basket of Dreams. In the heart of Willow Ridge, there was a shop that seemed plucked straight out of a fairy tale. Cozy Loops, a little haven of creativity, wasn't just a place to buy yarn, it was the soul of the town. Inside its colorful walls, there were knitting tools, spools of every color imaginable, and knitted works that seemed alive with stories. Above the counter, a wooden sign read, "Every stitch tells a story." But the shop's most beloved feature wasn't its yarn, it was Lila, the gray kitten with starry eyes who lived in a rainbow-colored basket near the counter. Lila wasn't just a kitten, she was the heart of Cozy Loops. With her curious paws and playful personality, she had a knack for bringing smiles to everyone who walked through the door. Lila's favorite pastime was playing with the endless spools of yarn that surrounded her. She loved creating tiny chaos, batting colorful threads into the air and watching them dance before pouncing. She often tangled herself in them, much to the amusement of the shop's visitors. But for all her mischief, there was something special about Lila. Mrs. Willow, the shop's owner, often said, "That kitten has a spark in her eyes. It's like she can sense stories waiting to unfold." Lila didn't understand what Mrs. Willow meant, but she knew one thing, Cozy Loops was her world, and she loved every bit of it. The Festival Countdown. The story truly began on the morning of the annual Knitting Festival, a day that transformed Willow Ridge into a bustling hub of creativity and celebration. People traveled from far and wide to attend. Mrs. Willow bustled about the shop, humming a cheerful tune. "This year's festival is going to be unforgettable, Lila," she said as she set out trays of cookies shaped like balls of yarn. Lila stretched lazily in her basket, flicking her tail. She wasn't entirely sure what the fuss was about, but the energy in the air made her excited. Mrs. Willow had been preparing for weeks, dusting off old shelves, knitting special displays, and even designing an elaborate tapestry to showcase during the festival. The tapestry, though unfinished, was already stunning. Its vibrant threads told the story of Willow Ridge, a tale of friendship, community, and resilience. "You'll see, Lila," Mrs. Willow said. "This tapestry is going to remind everyone of how far we've come. But first, I just need the perfect thread to finish it." She trailed off, her brow furrowed in thought. The hidden thread. As the festival began, Cozy Loops was packed with visitors. Children admired the bright displays, elderly knitters shared their wisdom, and artists showcased their creations. Lila weaved through the crowd, her starry eyes scanning every corner. That's when she noticed it, a faint glow coming from a dusty shelf in the corner of the shop. Curious, Lila padded over and tilted her head. Hidden behind a stack of old books was a spool of golden yarn. The thread shimmered in the light, as if it held the sun itself. Lila reached out a paw to bat at it, and the thread began to move. It unspooled itself and slithered across the floor like a living thing. Lila's eyes widened. Without a second thought, she leapt after it, chasing the thread as it darted under tables, around displays, and out the back door. The chase led her into the garden behind the shop, where the thread suddenly stopped. It hovered in the air for a moment before diving into the ground and disappearing. A door to the unknown. Lila stared at the spot where the thread had vanished, her tail twitching in frustration. Then she noticed something odd. The soil where the thread had disappeared seemed loose, as if it was hiding something. With determined paws, Lila began digging. To her surprise, she uncovered a small wooden door, barely big enough for her to fit through. The door had intricate carvings of vines and flowers, and at its center was a tiny golden keyhole. Before Lila could think, the golden thread reappeared, slithering through the keyhole and unlocking the door. With a soft creak, the door swung open, revealing a spiral staircase that led into the ground. Lila hesitated for only a moment before stepping inside. Her curiosity was too strong to resist. The unique workshop. At the bottom of the staircase, Lila found herself in a vast underground room. The walls were lined with shelves filled with ancient spools of yarn, jars of glittering beads, and tools that looked older than time itself. The air was cool, and a soft golden glow illuminated the space. In the center of the room was a massive loom, its frame carved with symbols that seemed to hum faintly. The golden thread she had been chasing was now threaded through the loom, waiting to be woven. As Lila approached, the loom began to move on its own. Threads of every color appeared, weaving themselves into a tapestry. The images on the tapestry came to life, showing scenes from Willow Ridge's history, joyful celebrations, moments of hardship, and acts of kindness that had brought the community together. Lila watched in awe as the tapestry grew, but something was missing. The golden thread remained untouched, its glow dimming with each passing moment. The call for help. Back at the shop, Mrs. Willow had been searching everywhere for Lila. When she finally discovered the open door in the garden, her heart raced. Grabbing a lantern, she descended the staircase and found Lila staring at the glowing tapestry. "Lila," Mrs. Willow whispered, "you found it, the yarn of dreams." Mrs. Willow explained that the golden thread was no ordinary yarn. It was said to hold the power to weave stories that connected hearts, but it could only be used by those with pure intentions. "We need this yarn to finish the tapestry upstairs," Mrs. Willow said. "But it's incomplete. The thread needs the right story to come alive." The tapestry of resilience. Lila and Mrs. Willow carried the golden yarn back to the shop, where the festival was still in full swing. When Mrs. Willow revealed the thread, the crowd gasped in wonder. "Let's weave something extraordinary," Mrs. Willow announced. "Something that represents all of us." The townspeople gathered around, each taking turns adding their own threads to the tapestry. They shared stories as they worked, stories of love, loss, laughter, and hope. But as the tapestry neared completion, the golden thread refused to weave itself in. It flickered weakly, as if it was losing its magic. The final challenge. Just as everyone began to lose hope, the room darkened, and a soft voice echoed, "The tapestry needs the story of the one who brought it to life." All eyes turned to Lila, who sat perched on the tapestry's edge. With a playful purr, Lila reached out her paw and gently tugged at the golden thread. To everyone's amazement, the thread began to weave itself, guided by Lila's tiny paws. The tapestry glowed brighter than ever, and the room was filled with warmth and light. The final image on the tapestry was of Lila herself, surrounded by the people of Willow Ridge, her starry eyes shining with joy. A legacy to remember. The tapestry was hung in the center of the festival, where it became a symbol of unity and creativity. People from far and wide came to see it, and Cozy Loops became a place of inspiration for generations to come. As for Lila, she returned to her basket, curling up with a satisfied purr. She might have been a small kitten, but her big heart had changed Willow Ridge forever. And so, the story of the golden yarn and the kitten with starry eyes lived on, reminding everyone that even the smallest paws could leave the biggest prints on the world. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and had as much fun as we did making it. If you did, be sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more cute art and exciting stories. We'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback in the comments. Your suggestions and ideas are what help us grow and bring you the content you love. So, let us know what you think. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. We love you all.